Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 3's podcast of Sirenville Stories Invisible. I'm your host, Tia, the voice of Tia, obviously, I know, original. And tonight I'm joined by some of episode 3's cast. So firstly, I'm here with the voice of our sad girl protagonist, Ali Goodell.
I like the way you say free.
We've got the triple threat of voices himself, the Rich Voices.
Hello, I have many voices.
3 to be exact in this series. We've also got the voice of our favourite teacher, Mr. Kyle Richardson Nickel.
Hey.
And the voice of bad boy jock Detective Magnotta.
Yo.
For this episode, a big focus was that we finally introduced the side arcs for the supporting characters. So, I want to start with your question, Mag, first, as your arc was one of the first to appear.
Mm-hmm.
So early in the episode, we see that Vince is in a dark alleyway, and we find out that he's been selling drugs to Hannah's former best friend, Chase. Do you think that Vince sought out Chase and maybe took advantage of him because of, you know, he's lonely? Or do you think that maybe Chase came to him? What do you think Vince gains in all this?
I got a feeling that if he was in a dark place and he's dealing with certain dark thoughts, he could have sought out that kind of not so medical help on his own, and that's gonna, you know, be financially suitable to Vince in a way. Because once he's hooked, that's pretty much payment coming in over and over and over again. He could even increase the prices, which even more so, he could get even more out of him. And once he stops, and if he stops paying, you know, he just finds someone else. It's not a bad situation for Vince, but it's an incredibly one for him because we don't know what could happen. He could potentially overdose, which could even come back on Vince, even for a bad thing I'm just thinking of now. But yeah, I think he came looking for Vince possibly, or someone he knew who might be in that kind of shady area because he wants something to escape that certain feelings he has.
The loneliness, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think that with Vince, it's very much about, like, power for him. And that's why he clashes with, like, Chris a lot, because they're both, like, really power-hungry characters. So I think that...
They're both...
Yeah, like,
Yes.
he saw, like, an opportunity with Chase, and I feel like he's probably gonna be exploiting his vulnerability of being alone, for sure.
Yeah. They're kind of like the both leaders of their group, so they both kind of take charge and want to be in charge all the time kind of thing.
Can only have one leader, though. Like, there can only be one, so...
There can only be one.
I don't know who's gonna win. Well, I do, but
Fight
it's
to
fine.
the death.
Well, I do, because I'm writing this, but hey.
Sometimes I have to answer these as if I don't know what's gonna happen and I'm a viewer, so it's kind of a bit like, Tia, what you on about? But just roll with it, just roll with it. Okay,
I have a question.
yes, give me all the questions.
Was Chase part of any of the cliques before or no?
No, he wasn't a part of
Okay,
any clique.
I
He's
didn't
kind of a
think so.
social outcast with Luna and Hannah.
I don't think it's as simple as Vince peer pressure and Chase into doing drugs. I feel like that's too simple. It's gotta be a mix. It's gotta be a mix of peer pressure, probably from another person that Chase knows, and also Chase wanting to be don't chill the fuck out because he's sad and he's lonely. There's gotta be a mix. It's not one or the other.
Staying on the Vince scene for a moment, and this question's for everyone, by the way, if you've got an answer. So we find out that Skye has actually been tailing Vince and Chase for quite some time. After speaking to a mystery caller, she says, and I quote, "I'll make sure Vince gets expelled just like you asked me to." Does anybody have any idea as to maybe who they think the mystery caller could be, or?
No, I'm clueless.
Not a clue. I've not really
I've got a
hinted
bit
to
of
it,
fact.
so...
No,
I'm sure it's
this is
fake.
this is a very unless I've been ignoring stuff that happened in the first 2 episodes, it
Maybe
seems
it's
like
Chris.
a very, very new
Ooh.
part of the story arc. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, it's the first time it was introduced, so I didn't expect anyone would have an answer. I was just like, does anybody have a feeling who it might be? But no, that's cool.
It is
Maybe-
Chris,
No, I'll
because
tell you
Chris
what,
is
I'm
like
gonna say-
super...
I'm just going to expect her because I'm sure she'd want to get me expelled anyway.
I'm gonna say Dylan because I think he wants to bring all the jocks down.
Oh.
That's why I'm saying
that's
Chris,
what-
because Chris was very like fucking imperialist, like when he spoke about the jocks.
Mm.
I don't know whether I was talking about this with Tira's. Like, I'm sure all the jocks are going to get their comeuppance at some point because they're all a bunch of dicks, pretty much.
Surface
I've got a
level,
feeling-
yes, I would say so. Yeah.
But then at the same time, I don't think it can be Dylan because based on what I've seen of his personality, he just while he's sort of frustrated
peppy, isn't he?
with certain things that are going on, I think
Hmm.
he's very much a pacifist.
I'm like, yep, sounds like Chris.
He's so angry.
Chris is a very salty boy.
Yeah.
He needs a Snickers. Snickers, man. He's so...
You know, you're not
What
yourself
if it's
like hungry.
Luna, guys?
Oh.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make sense, but I like it. I'm like, ooh. This is probably an easy question, but why do you think that Sky entrusted Lucy with the information of what was going on? Because obviously there's that conflict of interest, being that her brother's involved, blah, blah, blah. But, like, why do you think that she, out of everyone in the drama club, she told Lucy?
Well, it's her brother.
Lucy, out of everybody, would probably have more motivation than anybody to help her with the investigation to get her brother off drugs. So, yeah.
And also does some shit up.
If they're gonna take down Vince, to get Chase out of it before they do.
Yeah, they do not want to catch Chase up and all that shit. Neon, this episode, updates Hannah that the chat rooms will soon be available via a mobile app, so they're going to be able to talk during school hours or whenever they want. Question for everybody. I want to know what everyone's thoughts were about this. Like, do you think it's going to be a good thing? It's going to be bad? Is it going to, what do you think about that?
I think it will result in a lot of near misses in terms of finding out who Neon is.
I think it could be love, oversharing, which could be bad for her as well.
I want to know who else uses this app. Because, like, obviously she could send a message and then to see who checks their phone, but, like, what if a bunch of different people use this app and they're just, like, using it all the time so she can't figure out who it is?
Yeah.
True.
Also, I feel like this is going to give her away very fast.
That's,
I
Yeah.
feel like she's definitely
It's
going
gonna
to
be
get
that
found out
oversharing
before
thing.
she finds them.
She's going to accidentally say, oh, I'm in the cafeteria or something, and it's going to be, whoop.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's because how, like, accessible it's going to be to just talk whenever they want. It could leave Hannah, like, revealing her identity too early, or because, like, Hannah's obsessive nature this episode, like, seeing Luna everywhere. It might cause Hannah to just be like, I just want to talk to Neon all the time, and make her, like, go back into a bubble. So it could be a bad thing, yeah, so...
It could
Y'all
get a little
know
bit addicted.
what would solve this goddamn series? If
Just
they
be like,
just
"Who are
fucking
you?"
told each other who they were. Like, bam, done. Series over.
It's me, Mochi!
I just think this series is going to result in a lot of death, and the only two survivors of the town are going to be
Mochi.
Lucy and Mochi.
Mochi and Mochi.
I feel like, considering they know they're both in detention, I feel like Neon would have revealed themselves by now if they were a real person, like if they weren't faking her out. I feel like they're leading her on and pretending and fucking with her emotions at this rate. Because I feel like
Ooh.
if they were in the detention, they might have admitted who they were.
How much they couldn't.
Hashtag Neon is Vince confirmed.
No, I
Dun,
would not
dun,
like
dun.
that.
I mean, I can't do that. I can't do Neon's voice.
I don't like Dylan.
And I gave you lots
Still.
of scenes of him this episode. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I like Dylan. That character
He's better
has
this
grown on me
episode.
so much.
I think I went through like a roller coaster when recording my lines. I don't even remember. I think I was like, I kind of like Dylan now. Wait, I don't. Wait, I didn't. I don't like Dylan.
Do I like Dylan? Do I not like Dylan? I don't know.
I think it's the performance by the VA himself, because it's Mr. Taffaroggi, isn't
James Taffaroggi, yeah.
it? I
He's
think
got so much energy.
I tell you what, having listened to a lot of this group in the original series that you did, compared to those that have been voicing in the new series, there has just been so much improvement across the board.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Compared to like the older stuff.
Yeah, but James in particular, love it. I love how you can feel the positivity that he puts into every single performance, and it's just really, really cool.
Lots of energy. I love it.
It's really, really cool. He is my new favorite.
James is like that Duracell battery. He just goes on.
But not in a bad way.
No, in a bad way. No.
If Dylan was not introduced in anger in the first episode, I would like him. But since he was introduced that way, I can't get over it.
At least like you got one chance of me and you blew it. I'll never forgive you.
I don't really like Chris either because of that. They were all like super fucking salty in the beginning. I was like, I don't like this energy.
It's kind of that macho guy wanting to be on top kind of thing.
I don't like Vince either. I don't like a lot of.
But that's the thing is, this is the first time Tyr is maybe the bad guy, and I kind of enjoy it.
You kind of like it, yeah. I like that though.
Oh, in fairness, voicing a bad guy is always fun.
Yeah.
It's always super fun. But yeah, I mean, Meg, I really enjoyed your performance in this episode, because I tell you what, instantly listening to you deliver those lines, I hated Vince.
I wish I could go back and redo.
I was like, you disgusting, nasty, creepy, sleazy bastard.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back and redo some of that. The suck it, Chris line. Oh, I wish I could go back and do more of that and just make it even better.
And it's just amazing, considering I know what a great guy you really are.
I'm soft as a powder puff and twice as gentle. But yeah, I don't get to play the bad guy very. People might say, "Oh, but you're in court a lot. You know, you're very stern." I was like, "But that's a completely different thing. That's a completely different mindset."
Oh God, yeah.
Than my everyday kind of shit.
Like. Yeah.
So bringing out maybe a little bit of that into him, kind of fun.
Yeah, I can definitely tell that you have a lot of fun with him, because you give me a lot of variations of lines with.
Yeah, I tried to go
very
from.
Entertaining.
I tried to go from, pretty much word for word, and then as I go on, I might edit it a little bit more and more kind of thing. So I'd make sure you get some that are what you writ.
Yeah.
But maybe then I might go into my own kind of comfort zone, maybe, and try and give you something that maybe sounds a little bit more natural.
Yeah,
as
for
well.
Sure. The next question is going to be for Kyle, actually. Now, during detention, we see that the kids are rehearsing for Romeo and Juliet. Everything seems to be going fine until Amelia's stage fright gets the better of her, causing Chloe to become impatient, and the two of them just start arguing in front of everyone. Thankfully, eventually, Mr. Zimri calms them down afterwards, but how did you feel when you were watching the argument play out? Did you expect Chloe to go as far as she did? And maybe should have Mr. Zimri maybe stepped in a bit earlier?
Oh yeah, old Zimri should have definitely stepped in. It kind of started to get heated. I think because he's dealing with like his baggage, like he just didn't really want to get in there until it was like, oh, damn.
Shit, that went too far.
Shit, it's gone too far. And this is my job. Damn, okay.
This is my job.
It's need to settle down. Yeah, I think he's sort of clouded. Oh, that's how it appears to me, that he sort of, his situation's kind of like this big overbearing cloud, so he's kind of slipping from his responsibilities.
I've got to say that when I filmed the argument scene, like, it made me so uncomfortable, because it was like the combination of, like, the voice acting from Sam with her crying, the music, and the flicking back to all the characters' faces being like, oh shit. So it was actually really difficult to film that, believe it or not. So
yeah, I can imagine. It's a heavy scene. It's a really heavy scene.
Yeah.
I like when it cut to the camera.
Oh,
I was
Dylan.
like, ooh, spicy.
Dylan's just still recording even though it's all kicking off. I'm like, Dylan, put the fucking camera down, Jesus. Yeah, that was I do like the detention scenes. There's always something that'll kick off, but I'm always like, ooh, that went a bit too far, yikes. During detention, we see Sean giving Julian kind of a stern warning when he shows, obviously, he's interested in Kyle's sister, Chelsea. From what you've seen of Julian so far, do you think that he'll listen to Sean's warning, or do you think that he'll potentially risk his friendship with Kyle?
That's probably the easiest question in the world to answer. He's gonna screw up badly.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Just because that's where his personality seems to be taking him naturally. He's gonna try it on, and
It's gonna go badly.
He listens to his dick.
He thinks with his pee-pee.
Yeah. He's listening to his lower brain too much.
Yes, his main brain is in a different place right now, and it's not in his head. So yeah, things are gonna go badly wrong, very very quickly. I imagine by the end of the next episode, at the latest.
The latest. Damn.
But as I say, based on the he's like he's like a train with no driver.
Yeah.
He just seems like he's gonna. It seems like he's been relatively lucky to get away with things so far, but it's gonna blow up in his face.
That'll be the one step too far.
It has to, because nobody's that lucky.
No, I was never that lucky at that age.
I'm 27. I'm not that lucky now.
Speaking of Kyle, after detention, we see that one of the he's actually snuck away to one of the classrooms, and he's practicing a dance routine for cheerleading tryouts. This question is for everybody. Firstly, what do you think of his dancing? Do you think he's got a shot at tryouts? Or is he not got a chance in hell?
He seems to have a good bit of swagger.
Okay. He needs some guidance, but...
He seems to have some rhythm about him, so yeah, I don't think he'll.
Whether you actually get the thing,
I don't think he'll do badly at tryouts. I don't think he'll get selected.
No.
Or I think he'll. I think there is obviously going to be a conflict of interest somewhere down the line, because somebody has footage.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How is Chelsea and Kyle's relationship?
I don't want to reveal that as of yet.
Okay.
But I like where you're going. I like where you're going.
I think that he's gonna do great at tryouts, but the cheerleaders are not going to want to take him on. But then also, like, not Chelsea. Chloe especially is going to be like, I'm not letting one of the sabers onto my team. But like, I feel like Amelia, or like maybe like one of the quieter ones, would be like, we need someone though, because they literally need a person to be on the team. So I feel like he's going to eventually be recruited despite their quarrels about it. And I want to see how that plays out with his sibling, with Chelsea.
Yeah. Maybe, like, he could ask his sister for, like, help, maybe? I don't know.
I've got a feeling that he might get blackmailed into maybe dropping out of the trials, possibly.
Oh.
That's my kind of thinking with the footage. I'm like, this is something that's very important to him, or it seems to feel very important to him. Two things, in fact. He could get blackmailed into saying, if you do this is going to go viral.
Okay, but the fact is that he can't be a player and a cheerleader at the same time. That's like just not possible.
Yeah, that's it. So he's gonna have to choose.
What the fuck is he thinking? It's like, this is gonna come out at some point. You either have to choose to be the cheerleader, and everyone will know, or you have to fucking drop out.
It's kind of like, is his kind of jockness gonna stop him from doing it? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say as well, because even regardless of the recording, at the same time, if he gets selected, the jocks are going to find out.
And
Yeah.
and
The
then and
jocks are gonna
knowing
find out anyway, and he's and one of two things is going to happen. He's either going to get
Vince
he's
is either
either
going to
gonna-
kick him out.
Vince is either going to kick him out, or they're going to force him to drop it and ignore whatever whatever he actually wanted to do, because he's got to be a saber.
It doesn't kind of correlate with their kind of appearance.
and their attitude. So it's
It sucks that he's got to hide it, because like dancing's nothing to be ashamed of, for the record.
Oh,
like
God, no.
everybody, but like I hate that he feels he has to hide it, because like obviously he fears the rejection from his friends, but like because he's actually still doing what he wants to do, even if it is in secret, it still shows that he is on the path to eventually come into terms of who he wants to be, but it has to be at his own pace. So I'm glad that he's doing it, even if it is in secret, but like I just hope that obviously if this footage does come out, Hannah's gonna give him like maybe a chance to, you know, do something about it rather than just leak it without any warning, because that would be really shitty. So yeah.
I kind of want Neon to be Brandon, because I really like Brandon.
That'd be cute.
I really like a Brandon.
I'm still going with Dylan.
That's where my mind is right now.
I love them all. I like my children.
My babies.
My babies. Even the grandma. Like, she's my baby. After the scene with Kyle, things start to get a little bit jarring and a bit spoopy. We're not used to like a darker side of things. And we see Tia, who's fallen asleep in the library. And finally, after 3 episodes, we get to see more of this demon that's following her around. So my question for everybody, if you've got an answer, do you think the demon is real? And what's his motivation for tearing her down so much?
I don't think the demon is real as such in terms of physically real. I think it's like it's a sort of internal demon that
It's a mental impression of what's going on in her head.
yeah, so depression, anxiety, and all those things, and it sort of manifests itself in that form.
That's my kind of theory as well. As someone who's been through all that kind of stuff, it does. I kind of feel like that's where it's going, just because of what he's saying and how he's putting her down. I'm just like, yeah, I've heard those in my head before, and I'm just like thinking that's where it's kind of coming from.
Yeah, it's all. Plus, I've also got a little bit of, I don't know, not insight exactly, but I actually voiced a very, very, very similar type of character.
Yeah.
Which was a character's internal demon that was always bringing the character down, insulting them, saying you're not good enough, and all that kind of thing. And what do you think you're doing? Why do you think do you really think this is going to make you happy? And you shouldn't even bother. So yeah, I've voiced the character just like it. So that's it. The similarities are just very, very prominent to me.
Yeah. Back when I was dealing with it pretty badly, I got pretty good at hiding it, and it's something you learn to do, because otherwise people do come up and ask, are you okay? What's wrong? And you feel like a burden, and then you hide it even more.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of feeling she's doing.
There's actually is there like an actual name for it? Because I remember hearing reference to saying mask depression or something.
I don't know, actually.
Not sure. But yeah,
which was the form of depression where, you seem absolutely fine on the outside to the outside world. There's nothing wrong whatsoever. But then, in the privacy of your home or in your room or whatever, that's where everything
it all comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be really fucking weird if this demon was real. Like, I feel like this series is very much a high school series, and I do not expect it to go supernatural in any way. So I just think it would be like fucking bananas if it went like in that direction. I agree that I feel like the demon is definitely like her inner conflict and how she's conflicting with herself and how she feels and her depression and her suicidal thoughts. And I guess it could be read both ways in as a sense of like either it's like depression or it's schizophrenia, but I do not think it's the schizophrenia one. That's just a take you could do, but I don't think it's that. I think it's definitely like the depression manifestation, personification.
Yeah.
That one.
Right, so following on from that, we've got, I think this is a question for everybody. Oh no, this is a question for Ali, actually.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Okay,
Those
so
brownies again.
the brownies, like, they're coming back. She's just got a plate just stashed. She's been eating them all the way through this podcast. I love it. After the spoops, the big spoopy scene, it's a new morning and we see that Hannah's kind of wandering around looking for somewhere to go until she ends up at Jackson's Joint Coffee Shop in the hopes to see the drama club. But outside, she bumps into Amelia, who is still fretting over a stage fright and kind of recovering from her argument with Chloe, and we see Hannah kindly offer to help Amelia out. I want to know, Ali, how do you feel about this unusual pairing of Hannah and Amelia?
I love it. I want to see more of it. I want them to fall in love.
I'm gonna say as well, personally, I love them. They're such an unlikely pair, but I feel like they could both bring out like the best in each other because they've both had like a shitty time with friends, so they could both use like a real friend.
I feel like they're very similar.
Yeah, like kind of outcasts in a way. Even though Amelia's got a clique, but like she
and
feels like an
they've also
outcast.
lost someone, and they're feeling very lonely and like they don't fit in with the rest of their peers. I also feel like Amelia does want to be an actress. Like she seems like really nervous, but like she seems like she actually really wants to get invested in acting, at least for this part. And that's kind of like similar to how Hannah wants to be an artist, but she's discouraged. So like they both have like a similar like artistic interest, I guess.
God, they're so similar.
It's being repressed.
I love them. What does everybody else think about that pairing?
I ship it.
Oh, you ship it,
Ship
too?
it, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I feel like it's not an unpopular opinion to ship them.
I've seen a couple of shippers around. Also shippers of Amelia and Brandon as well. But yeah, Hannah and...
Why not? Let's just throw that in the mix. Let's do like a polyamorous Brandon, Amelia, and Hannah. Why not?
Yo. No, I'm good. Oh. But if... Maybe? No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
Writes that down. Okay. So this is actually the last question, and it's for everybody. And I just, because I'm dying to know what you all think. How do you all feel about that ending scene with Luna leaving? Like, are you glad that she's gone? Like, did you like her?
Yeah,
or...
fuck her.
I'm not sure how I feel about her leaving.
Fuck that bitch.
Nah, fuck that bitch.
Oh my god.
She also just up and left Chase.
Rude.
Like,
That's not a vibe.
she's like, sorry, boyfriend, I gotta go.
Peace, I'm out.
I gotta go pursue my dreams, and you're not worth it. Bye. I'm gonna let you get addicted to drugs on, God, because I don't care about you.
I'm pursuing my dreams and you're not in them.
Oh my god.
So screw you.
Fucking
I don't know
never
if I
liked
like
Luna.
the way.
Hey,
Oh my god.
The worst
it's not
part,
my
though-
thing anymore.
Luna kind of reminds me of myself in that, like, I'm not very close with my family. I would fucking leave them for my dreams. I don't care. I'm gonna go pursue my dreams. So, like, in a way, I also relate to her, though. I'm like, looking in the mirror a little bit.
But you're like, yeah, fuck that bitch. I'm glad she's gone.
Oh, fuck these people who, like, you know, helped me through all my childhood. Well, I'm gonna go up and do this.
These peasants are not worth my time.
I mean, they're invited to come if they want, but like I'm not sticking around. I gotta go pursue my dreams. Bye.
I'm not gonna stick around just because they want me around. I'm gonna go and do what I need to do personally.
Yeah, man. Like you can follow me if you want, but like.
But you're paying for your own plane
I'm
tickets.
leaving. Bye.
See you around.
Not sure how I feel. It's like
Oh?
there's some parts of me that want to see the back of her, and there's some that don't. It's kind of like what?
I don't think she's gone. Like she's gonna come back.
As Neil.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't do
Oh.
Don't do that.
I'm just gonna suggest that everybody is Neon right now.
See, I've always
Could you imagine they're all just together on a school prank and they're just
Oh,
like
that would be
Oh,
so
God.
fucking
so
mean.
upsetting.
Oh my god. That
See-
would be
Oh my
so
God, I-
horrible.
But I'm still hoping it's Dylan.
Only if it was like near April 1st, Tia could just do a video of pretty
Like,
much just like this
gotcha.
April Fool. Gotcha.
You thought you were in love? It was.
You wonder who Neon is? It was everybody. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
um,
We're all in love with you.
Oh my
Either
god.
that or it goes in completely the other direction, and it's some sort of psychosis that Hannah is suffering from, and Neon isn't actually real. She's just
People
conversing
keep
with herself.
saying that, and I don't
Hey, it's
think
a popular
I don't
theory.
believe it.
See,
I don't think she's talking with herself, but I don't think Neon is real. But I think she's talking with someone who's fucking faking it. I don't think she's talking to herself in her brain.
It's gonna be like this 70-year-old dude that really is Neon.
I've always thought that it was Mr. Zimri that was Neon, because obviously he's going through a hard time. She's going through.
Tia said she wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah, it's
I
definitely
did-
one of
I'm just gonna
the
think-
students.
Mark that off my.
That would be so weird. Yeah, it's definitely one of the students in detention for sure. Like, I promise you that.
So that's
Emphasis on
definitely not-
student in detention.
Didn't say teacher, she said student.
Students, yeah.
She also did not say inner demon.
Oh.
Imagine if it was like Tia's inner demon, like
Tia's demon.
texting, like, sorry, Tia, gotta hold on, just a sec, I'll come back.
Sad
later."
BRB, I'm just chatting to this lonely bird.
Jesus.
My god, Tia, this girl's even more screwed up than you.
I'm just gonna chat to my side piece real quick.
It's like, hey girl, oh, sorry, I just got to talk to someone else
Oh my
quick.
god.
Girl, I love you. I love making you sad. But there's another girl to make happy, so I want me to 2 times you 1 time. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna holler at my boo.
Oh, I'm crying. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, dear.
No,
I'll
no, I
tell you
wouldn't
what.
cheat on you, boop.
It's funny.
Back
I
over to you.
That's something to see. Like, you gone from like a really spooky demon to just like, right, I'm going. I'm doing my thing. I was back to take 2 days to make you sad.
I'll tell you what. Going back to what you're saying about crying, the tribute at the end.
Oh yeah.
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 I saw that and I was very sad about it. I kind of broke with that.
That was very hard to edit with the music and everything, and just like I'm still not even over it now. Like I can speak about it and I can literally just break down, but I won't. But yeah, that was really hard, and I was like, it feels right to dedicate it to Tilly because the episode was called Sunder, which means to split apart, and I felt that was quite appropriate for obviously what happened. And I spent a lot of
Yeah.
time writing the episode with Tilly literally on my desk, like, you know. So yeah, it felt appropriate to do that. Yeah.
She was your mascot while writing it all.
For sure. And that's kind of like I wanted to kind of end it on like a kind of high note. So like with Luna being like the physical representation of like her past, and then Luna walking away, and then Amelia representing her future, and it's like you know try to look forward kind of thing. So yeah, It's so crazy how much thought you put into these episodes. Big fan. Easy Mac!
I like your name. Bert.
Bert. Hey, Bert.
Hey, Bert.
Hey, Bert.
Hey, Bert.
It was a dark episode, for sure. That's my fault, guys. 2020 is
Fun.
sucked a big one.
The big
Yeah, though
Cool.
2021 I doubt is going to be much better by the looks of it.
Oh. I'm waiting for 2020.2 Electric Boogaloo to happen.
Oh god.
This time.
Is there anybody in the chat that has any questions for like any of the voice actors or anything like that, or just thought I'd throw that out there? Just in
Yes.
case.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
You're not in the chat.
What the fuck, Tia?
I know. I ask myself that every day.
Oh my god, Tia, what did you do?
Seriously,
What the
Tia?
fuck? Why the fuck? How the fuck?
When the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
I would like to make a recommendation for future episodes.
Oh.
Please let
God.
Lucy say fuck more often.
It's done.
Because I
It's done.
know that
I think,
I know that Spec would appreciate it.
yeah, I think Spec would really appreciate being able to swear more.
Like every other word.
Everybody gets one.
Also me.
Oh, Hannah saying fuck. That would be weird.
Yeah.
No, I meant like me as a person that swears like every other word.
I think I just really want to see Mr. Zimri have a meltdown. Like him just go full walking down like Michael Douglas.
Ooh.
Just literally putting his underwear over his head, kind of breakdown kind of thing.
Just walk in school. Morning, sir. Fuck you. Morning. Yeah, suck you, mum.
Okay. I'm calling it. Zimri is going to end up with a body in the boot.
Yes.
Oh, he's gonna kill someone. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of like the popular kids for sure. They're gonna like mouth off to him. He's gonna see them on the street. He's gonna
I
like.
want to see Mr.
gonna be one of
Zimri's
the jocks.
child.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Mm.
I want to say
Because
things.
we haven't
but I
seen
can't.
his wife or his
Yeah,
child.
that was another ooh from Tia's like, yeah, she can't say anything.
I want to say all of the things. But yeah, the Mr. Zimri stuff is so interesting to me. But yeah, I think you like it.
I just want to be able to say, "Baby, I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Let me come home.
I can change.
I don't want to live in my truck anymore.
My car only gets 14 miles to the gallon, baby. That's no place to sleep."
It smells like McDonald's in
It
here.
smells like
There's
gasoline.
sadness in my car. I have to use the school shower. Come on.
I've got all these milk jugs full of pee in the truck.
The kids can smell my sadness, please. They pick me off like vultures on food.
There is
no.
a question in
The
the chat.
smell of sadness.
I have a question for Tia. How long does it take to make the episodes? Ooh, episode 1 took a couple of months, I think 2. Episode 2 to film took maybe like 2 months as well, and I think this one took 3 months nearly, because I was really like taking my time with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, couple months.
Mac, that's not a question. Big fan, by the way.
Let Mochi say
Mochi
fuck.
say fuck.
Hey, Mac, for you, it's done.
You gotta see Mochi get the cheap cat food and he's gonna be like, cough.
What is this, human?
What is this kitty litter shit?
Mochi goes on a killing spree.
Mochi goes on killing spree because he got the wrong kind of cat food.
And the body in the boot is not somebody that Zimri. It's not someone that Zimri killed. Mochi is framing him.
And then we're running away to start
Gave him the wrong cat food.
Oh my god.
My riding down runs or something like
Oh, we got another question.
Another question
Yeah,
for
but-
Rich.
Yeah, do I like playing several characters? Absolutely love it.
I thought you were gonna say absolutely not.
No.
No, God, these people making me do all this extra work and
He went.
nah, seriously, I absolutely love it because
Oh my god.
it is
terrifying.
such. You wouldn't believe how much of a challenge it is.
That is.
Oh my god, we're doing Valley Spec again.
It's really fun to play so many different characters because you get to challenge yourself a hell of a lot because there's each character is such a different personality type. As for getting confused, not really, no, because when I'm recording, depending on the deadline, I might record one character per day. That way,
You don't get the accents confused.
Oh, so you don't do it all at once? Interesting.
No, because there's a depending on how the character sounds. If you do one and then you move on to a different character, there's the risk of
spilling over.
What's it called? Accent bleed.
Right. Okay.
So if I start with a British character and I move on to an American character, I might sound like I don't know where I'm from.
I might start starting Australian.
Exactly, mate. So yeah, I mean, as I say, for me, the more characters, the better. There are a couple of different projects. I mean, there's one in particular right now that I'm involved with, where I have 7 different characters to voice.
Ooh, girl.
Oh, girl.
Don't get me wrong.
Who has that kind of range?
Rich.
In fairness, a few of them are just sort of very much extras, so they'll probably, they probably won't turn up more than once. It was a challenge to get that many different sounds, if you like. There weren't 7 completely different accents, but they were different sounds in terms of ages and sort of pitch and everything like that. So
yeah,
but it's a whole lot of fun. So much fun.
We got another one from Penelin.
I would be Amelia because I really like Amelia. She's cool.
For all the voice actors, if you could switch roles, who would you be? Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a tough one.
I would be Vince because I love to. My favourite thing to do is voice the bad guys.
Yeah.
And the nastier the better.
I'm kind of pleased with what I've got because I like being the bad guy because, like I say, I don't get often to be the bad guy, and it's just so fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I was playing good characters for a while, and then all of a sudden, I can't remember who it was who gave me my first sort of evil character to voice, and I was like, yes, finally.
My time to shine.
It's time to be evil.
Yeah, I think mine would be like Azazel, like the demon, because it's like.
That's actually a good choice, to be honest. That's a good one.
I think it'd be like real evil.
I mean, in fairness, I would have been happy with any characters. I did audition for pretty much every single male character.
You did.
I also like the idea of playing Chloe.
Yeah.
Just because she's like such a bitch.
She's
I feel
relentlessly
like
a
that'd
bitch.
be fun.
That would be fun.
Yes, I would like to play Chloe.
In the older series, I actually used to voice her, and it was a lot of fun, but I don't think my voice suited her, so I'm personally just happy with mine, because I can be really lazy with it and use my own voice and my own mannerisms and how I speak, and kind of be a bit of an asshole with it, so I'd probably stay the same.
No, you were brilliant in the original series.
That's not how this game works. Yeah, you gotta choose someone.
I think also I think Mochi as well, because I think
Moji.
sassy character, and like I'm such a sassy person that I feel like I could have brought some extra sass to the show.
Brilliant. The guy is going to play Chloe with his high pitch anime voice.
Easy Mac wants to play Tia. Alright, Mac, let's go. Come on. I'll be Neon. I'll be Neon Moon. Hi, I'm Neon Moon.
I'll be Vince selling drugs on the corner. You're alright, you want some drugs? Vince is gonna be a proper cockney.
Buy my shit.
Oh god. I grew up in London, but I don't have much of a Cockney accent, I can tell you that.
I grew up just outside of London, so I'm not actually a Cockney. But
See, the thing is I didn't grow up in the East End, so that's the reason mine's not thick Cockney.
yeah, I mean, I was just outside the East End, so I would come into
Contact with people.
I came into contact with a lot of them. Plus the traditional sort of like East Londoners, the proper Cockneys, have been moving further and further out into Essex over the years anyway. So as I say, living just outside, I did come into contact with a whole lot of them. So yeah, mind you, I've also had people ask me what part of Australia I'm from. So
Yeah, mate.
I have people ask me if I'm from Scotland, and I'm like, are you fucking mad?
I remember people asking that on the stream chats. I was like, oh god.
Prepare to get blocked.
I was like, oh god, why did you ask this?
I'm not bloody Scottish.
See, I love it because like I don't have a distinct voice, so like people like, where are you from? And I'm just like, yes, where am I from?
Yes, all of the places.
It's a mystery. You'll never know.
I'm
from the
everywhere.
universe.
The Drama
Like-
Club and Saber switch voice actors for an episode. That would be
So-
fun.
A Freaky
Oh, I
Friday.
get to be Salty Chris.
Ooh, who would I be? I'd probably be Julian, I think. Or Brandon. No, Brandon. I love Brandon. He's cute.
I don't know who's in the drama club. I
Tia,
could be.
Lucy, Sky, Chris, Dylan.
I bet I'm going to be Lucy.
Just fuck.
Doesn't get to say fuck.
It's gonna be like Valley Spec all the time. Oh my god.
Oh my god, Daddy.
Spec is about to become Cockney.
I'm literally picturing Spec now with Cockney accent. I was like, oh god.
Everybody who's in the stream right now, thank you everybody for coming out to the podcast. I hope you learnt a lot, and I hope you had a lot of fun. And hopefully we'll be doing one of these again for obviously when episode 4 comes out, and get maybe more of the cast involved. That'd be cool. But yeah, thank you very much for hanging out with us, and thank you to Brie, God damn it. Thank you to Kyle, Ali, Rich, and Mag for joining me.
Thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you.
And thank you all. Yeah, thank you all for joining us in the chat. Do appreciate it.
Bye bye.
And bye.
Bye bye, buddy.
Goodbye.
Good day.
Good bad.
Good night, everybody.